Good afternoon, all. Okay, now in today's session, we are going to discuss some numericals related to this chapter, that is cooling of plastic injection mold. Okay, first numerical, it will be visible on your screen. Please just go through it, and please on your notebook collect the given data. Instead of writing the whole numerical, I will send you the soft copy of this via email. And just note down in your notebook which whatever is the given data in the numerical. Okay, just read it slowly and collect the given data. Okay, and after collecting the given data, depending on that given data, we will see that which formula we have to use here to calculate the required values. Okay, now first I will read this numerical for you. Okay, I think it is very clearly visible on your screen. So the first numerical based on this cooling of plastic injection mold. Uh, okay, this is the numerical. A plastic material is injected in a mold with a rate of 55 kg per hour. The injected material temperature is 125 degrees Celsius, where the mold is maintained at 22 degrees Celsius by cooling circuit. Then they have asked you find the rate of heat removal. Okay, find the rate of heat removal if specific heat is 1.67 kilojoules per kg Kelvin and latent heat of fusion per kg it is 160 kilojoules. Okay, now depending on this, just collect the given data. I will go through the numerical once again. A plastic material is injected in a mold with a rate of 55 kg per hour. With a rate, this is the flow rate. Flow rate is a mass flow rate. It is denoted by M. M is equal to 55 kg per hour. Then the material is injected at a temperature 125 degrees Celsius. This is injected material's temperature, that is T1 value, and mold temperature is maintained at 22 degrees Celsius. It is 22 degrees Celsius. Okay, this is nothing but value of T2. T2 is 22 degrees Celsius. Then we have to find out the rate of heat removal, that is Q. Okay, we have to find out this value. This is unknown, and they have provided you the value of specific heat, that is CP, 1.67 kilojoules per kg Kelvin, and latent heat of fusion per kg. Okay, it is 160. That is L is equal to 160 kilojoules per kg. Now this is our given data. Okay, you have collected this. Now we have to calculate this rate of heat removal. Then in previous session only we have discussed that formula for this is Q is equal to M in bracket Cp in small bracket T1 minus T2 plus L. Okay, I have calculated that. Okay, here this is the formula. Q is equal to, please check the calculations. If you are getting any different answer, you can mention that in the chat box. I will verify it. Okay, okay, this is the Q is equal to M CPT1 minus T2 plus L, bracket complete. Then you have to put all known values. Just one take what you have to take care here, just all units should be as per your means, whichever units you have mentioned in the formula you have to convert that units. Okay, means temperature here mass is in kg per hour, no need to convert it. Then temperature we are going to take it in Kelvin. Okay, convert this into Kelvin, both temperatures, by adding 273 degree Kelvin. Okay, you will get this converted into Kelvin. Then remaining data is as per our need only, and directly you can put their values and calculate it. Okay, you will get this answer. Yeah, this is your answer. Q is equal to 18,260.55 kg per kilojoules per hour. You can say that this is kilojoules per hour. Okay, this is the rate of heat removal. Please calculate it. I will wait for 1 minute here. Please calculate it. or I have shown this. I will give you the next numerical. Okay, here in this numerical, unknown values are different. Okay, same numerical is there, means same formula you have to use, just depending on your formulas standard units you have to take. Okay, I will just read it and I will show you the given data. You have to put the answer in the chat box. Okay, a plastic material with 100 degrees Celsius temperature is injected with a rate of 100 kg per hour. Okay, now this 100 kg per hour rate means this is a mass flow rate. Rate in kg means it is mass flow rate. Okay, then this m value 100 and latent heat of fusion value. If latent heat of fusion is 140 kilojoules per kg, okay, this value is L. And then find out the temperature of water to be supplied for cooling system. Now you have to find out the temperature of water, that is T2. T2 is the temperature of water. Okay, temperature of the water at the supply means entry temperature of the water, or it is temperature of the mold. It is nothing but value T2. T2 is the unknown here you have to calculate, and they have provided you the remaining data, that is the rate of heat removal is 20 into 10 raised to 6 joules per hour, and specific heat is 1.67 kilojoules per kg calorie. Okay, CP value is given, Q value is given, and the plastic material with 100 degrees Celsius it is injected, that is T1 temperature is also given. Convert this into Kelvin. Okay, then mass flow rate value is in our required unit, and latent heat of fusion is also in the required unit. T2 you have to calculate. Q they have given in the joules per hour. Okay, this you have to convert into kilojoules per hour, just divide it by 1000. Okay, 10 to the power 3, then you will get this kilojoules per hour rate of heat removal. Then all data is with you, just you have to use the heat removed by cooling is given by the formula, that is Q is equal to mCp in bracket T1 minus T2 plus L. Okay, please solve this numerical. I will wait for 2 minutes here and just tell me the value of T2. Okay, T2, you have to find out the temperature of water to be supplied, that is nothing but T2, or the mold temperature. I'll wait for 1 minute here, 1 or 2 minutes. Just calculate it and put that in the chat box. Please calculate this. Okay. Okay. They may ask you MCQ questions in based on these numericals. Okay. Because answers can be calculated within 1 or 2 minutes. Please mention the answers you are getting. Value of T2. Rahul Jindole, are you there? Please kindly confirm the answer.
Yes, sir.
Rahul Jindole.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Please calculate it. Any other
Yes.
student? Abhijit Shinde. Abhijit Shinde, Omkar Gund. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Please kindly solve it and just put the answers in the chat box. Okay, any other students are there? Any other students? Sachin Pandit. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Please kindly solve it. If you are
Yes.
having any difficulty, I can explain.
Yes.
Simple problems are there. Just the solid ones, so that there will not be any need to practice it again and again. Okay, simple questions are there.
337 degree.
30,
337 Kelvin.
337. Okay, one answer. Put that in the chat box. Any other answer from other students? Okay, 337. Okay, it's correct answer. Okay, 337 degree Kelvin. Okay. While writing, if suppose they have asked in the options they have provided in degree Celsius, and then you have to convert it into degree Celsius. Okay, just you have to subtract 273 from this value. You will get it in degree Celsius. Okay, so the water supply temperature is in degree Celsius it is 64, and in degree Kelvin it is 337. Okay, so it's correct answer. So I will move towards next numerical. Okay, now in this first two numericals, we have calculated the rate of heat removal. Okay, rate of heat removal, and depend in second numerical, depending on the rate of heat removal, we have calculated the water supply temperature. Okay, they can give you means any one unknown. Okay, they may provide you all the values and they will ask you the rate of heat removal, or they will provide you rate of heat removal, and depending on that they can ask you any other unknown values. Okay, it may be injection temperature, injection temperature of the material, or water supply temperature, or mass flow rate. Okay, just you have to go through the numerical, read it slowly and collect the given data and write down your formulas. According to that you can solve it. Just you have to take one care that all values should be in desired units. Okay, if they are not present in the desired units which you are using in the formulas, just convert it. Okay, now we will move towards the next type of the numericals, that is calculation of the weight of the water to be circulated. Okay, now here we have to calculate the weight of the water, that is small m value. Okay, so first I will go through the numerical. Instead of writing whole numerical, just write down the given data, read it slowly and collect the given data. This is your given data, I have written it separately. Okay, collect the given data, then write down which is the unknown value, then try to remind the formulas which you can apply here using these inputs. Okay, or the given data. Okay, I will first read this problem slowly. A plastic material with 200 degrees Celsius temperature is injected to a mold with 34 kg per minute rate. Okay, The latent heat of fusion of material is 100 kilojoules per kg. Then the water supply temperature is 60 degrees Celsius and water outlet temperature is 90 degrees Celsius. Then if specific heat is 1.68 kilojoules per kg Kelvin and heat transfer efficiency constant is 30.5, then calculate the weight of the water supplied per hour. Okay, just you have to calculate the weight of the water. Now collect all the given data values. Okay, again read it. Okay, slowly. Now while reading, collect the data. A plastic material with 200 degrees Celsius temperature means material is injected at 200 degrees Celsius, that is T1 temperature. T1 is 200 degrees Celsius. Convert it into degree Kelvin by adding 273, so you will get 473 degree Kelvin. Then the mass flow rate value is given here, 34 kg per, okay, 34 kilogram here, that is per minute. Now here we have to convert it into kg per hour. Okay, just value by 60, you will get it in kg per hour. Okay, this is our m value. Then latent heat of fusion is 100 kilojoules per kg. It is in required unit only. Then the water supply temperature and outlet temperature of the water, that is T in and T out. And here one care you have to take, that this water supply temperature is also indicated by T2. Okay, T in is equal to T2 and it is 60 degrees Celsius, and outlet temperature of water is 90 degrees Celsius. Convert these both values in degree Kelvin. Okay, then the thermal efficiency constant. Okay, you can say that heat transfer efficiency constant is 30.5, that is nothing but K, and specific heat Cp is given. Now you have to calculate weight of water, that is small m. Okay, now we have discussed in the previous session two formulas for rate of heat removal or rate of heat extracted, that is Q is equal to this formula. Okay, heat removed by cooling or heat extracted is the same, and this is given by Q is equal to mcp T1 minus T2 plus L, and Q is also equal to Km T out minus T in. Okay, these two formulas we have discussed in previous session, and as both these values are indicating the rate of heat removed, rate of heat removed during cooling or rate of heat extracted is same, that is Q. Hence these two values are same. Okay, these two equations will give you same values. So as these two equations are equal, now just you have to put all the available data or all the available values in these formulas. M value is with us, okay, 2040, and Cp is 1.68, then T1 minus T2. T1 is material temperature, okay, plastic material temperature when it is injected, 473 minus 333, plus latent heat of fusion is 100. In this K is heat transfer efficiency constant, value is 30.5. Small m is weight of water to be circulated and it is unknown, you have to calculate it. Then outlet temperature and inlet temperature of water, take it in degree Kelvin, and then just you have to do the calculations, and at the end you will get the answer. Okay, I think someone has given that answer. Yes, Rahul, it's correct. 747. Just okay, don't forget to mention its unit. Okay, as it is a mass flow rate, you have to indicate in kilogram per hour. Okay, so this is our answer. Weight of water to be supplied is 747.33 kg per hour. Okay, in this way you have to solve it. Okay, here the main point you have to remember that the heat removed, okay, it can be indicated by two formulas. Okay, this is the first formula and this is the second formula. Both will give you same value, means these two equations are same. And just put the values of unknowns, you will get sorry, the whichever known data is there, just put that values. Input data available, you have to put it, and you will get the that mass flow rate for the means water, whichever water you are going to circulate here, weight of that water is indicated by small m. Okay, as it is also a mass flow rate for water, it is indicated in kilogram per hour. Okay, so just you have to, first step is collect the data, convert it into desired or required units, then decide the formula and put the available known values to get the unknown. Okay, so in this way this numerical is completed. So next numerical, I have explained this numerical. Next numerical will be based on this little bit same concept. Okay, this is very simple. Okay, just they have, you have to calculate the weight of the water to be circulated. Okay, depending on given data, you have to decide which formula you are going to use. Okay, so this is the numerical, and given data I have also given here and separated here. I will wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Please solve it and mention your answers in the chat box. Okay, I will read it. Find the amount of water to be circulated per hour if water is entering at 40 degrees Celsius. This is T in temperature, and leaving at 60 degrees Celsius, that is T out. If total heat absorbed per hour, okay, is 20 into 10 raised to 6 joules per hour, already it is indicated here, and heat transfer efficiency constant K is 30.5. Okay, here one point you have to note that this heat absorbed per hour is nothing but heat extracted. Okay, heat extracted or heat removal, that is Q value is given. Just you have to convert it into desired unit and use the necessary formula, and you will get the value of this amount of water to be circulated per hour. Okay, please solve it and put that answer in the chat box. Okay, please calculate the value. You can put that in the chat box. Okay, Yogesh, Yogesh Raut, please calculate it and mention the answer in the chat box. Okay, then other students. Okay, this is very simple. Okay, formula required is total heat extracted is given by, okay, two formulas you are having. Q is equal to mcpt1 minus t2 plus L. Okay, as other values are not mentioned, cannot use that formula. Then other formula with us is Q is equal to K into M multiplied by T out minus T in. Okay. Here, this formula can be used as heat absorbed is nothing but heat extracted is given. The value of K, that is heat transfer efficiency constant, is given. Then M we have to calculate. Okay. Then T out minus T in. Okay, this formula directly we have to go. Okay. We have to check whether which data is available, and if all data is given, you can solve it as we have solved the previous example with the help of that mass flow rate of the material. Depending on that rate of heat removal and all that values, you can calculate it, or you can directly use this formula where T out T in temperature is given, and here M will be the unknown. Okay, just the amount of water to be circulated. Q value, just convert it into kilojoules per hour, and the remaining just temperatures you have to take it in Kelvin, and your final answer amount of water to be circulated is 32.78 kg per hour. Okay, then in this way we have completed the numericals based on the calculations of the rate of heat removal, then amount of water to be circulated. Now the third type of the numerical is based on the calculation of the cooling time. Okay, cooling time. Only these three types of numericals will be asked in examination based on the rate of heat removal, then amount of water to be circulated, and cooling time calculations. Okay, so based on two numericals already we have seen on each type, four numericals we have completed. Then we will discuss two numericals based on this cooling time calculations. Okay, now I will hide that formula required. You have to tell me which formula we are going to use. Already we have discussed in the previous session. Now this is the numerical. The heaviest wall thickness of a polypropylene injection molding is 30 millimeter. Okay, this is heaviest wall section. And find out the cooling time if thermal diffusivity is 0.144 millimeter square per second. This is thermal diffusivity, and you have to calculate the cooling time. These two values are given. Then for cooling time, we have three formulas with us. Okay, I will show you that formulas first. You have to tell me which one is best suited. Okay, cooling time, as we have already discussed it, the cooling time consumes the whichever cycle time is required there for injection molding process, 80% time is required for the cooling. Okay, and this cooling time is given by various formulas. If suppose heaviest wall thickness is given, then this cooling time can be calculated by using this formula: heaviest wall thickness square divided by thermal diffusivity. Okay, and if suppose a largest runner diameter is given, then it is calculated by using this formula. Cooling time is equal to 1.6, okay, power of 1.6 for the largest runner diameter to the thermal diffusivity. Okay, if heaviest wall thickness is given, then just you have to take the square of that heaviest wall thickness and divide it by thermal diffusivity. If largest runner diameter is given, then you have to take the power 1.6 to that largest runner diameter and divide it by thermal diffusivity to get the cooling time. And these are two formulas only. And if suppose they have not mentioned the thermal diffusivity directly, this thermal diffusivity can be calculated with the help of thermal conductivity, density, and specific heat values. Okay, their relationship is like this: thermal diffusivity is equal to power of 1.6 for the thermal conductivity of that material, and divided by the product of density and specific heat, you will get the thermal diffusivity. Now in our given numerical, they have directly provided the heaviest wall thickness and thermal diffusivity value directly. Hence we can go for this formula. Okay, cooling time is given by heaviest wall thickness square divided by thermal diffusivity. And heaviest wall thickness is given as 30 millimeter. Put that value 30, and thermal diffusivity is 0.144. Okay, and it's just 30 square divided by 0.144. Okay, you will get your answers. Whichever answers is there, it will come in second. Okay, don't forget that. This is very important. It will come in second. Okay, this is your numerical. I'll come here. Okay, yes, this is our numerical. Heaviest wall thickness is 30 millimeter. Thermal diffusivity is 0.144 millimeter square divided per second. Okay, so your answer will come in second. Check your this question may be asked in the MCQ. Okay, it's very short question. Within a minute, 1 or 2 minutes, you can solve it. This may be asked in MCQs also. Okay, just to take you have to check your all options whether they have given the answers in seconds or minutes or hours. Depending on that, you have to convert it. Your answer will come, initial answer will be in seconds. You have to convert it in minutes. Okay, just divide it by 60, it will come in minute, and divide this minute by 60, it will get converted into hours. Okay, depending on the options available, you have to convert it. Okay, initial answer will be in second. Okay, as this value is diffusivity is in millimeter square per second. Okay, this answer will be in seconds. In this way, the cooling time is calculated. And next question is there. Okay, now here this is little bit means it will take more steps. Okay, find out. I will read the numerical for you. You have to solve it. Okay, I will wait for 2 minutes. You have to solve it and put the answers, required answers. Okay, the question is like this. Find out the cooling time required for, okay, please read this. Find out the cooling time required for mold with 40 millimeter wall thickness for polypropylene material where density is 946 kg per meter cube, and specific heat is 1.68 kilojoules per kg Kelvin, and thermal conductivity is also provided here 0.22. Okay, 0.22 it is provided. Collect that values. Heaviest wall thickness 40, then density of the material 946, and the specific heat is given, and the thermal conductivity value is given here. Okay, now here you have to calculate the cooling time. Cooling time, already we have discussed that cooling time is equal to heaviest wall thickness is given, and heaviest wall thickness square divided by thermal diffusivity, but thermal diffusivity is not directly provided. Okay, how to calculate this thermal diffusivity? You have to use the second formula for this. Thermal diffusivity is equal to thermal conductivity raised to 1.6 divided by specific heat into density, and here specific heat you have to take in joules per kg Kelvin. Just you have to remember this. Okay, in that particular formula, thermal diffusivity is in that. Okay, first you have to calculate thermal diffusivity, and then that after calculating thermal diffusivity value, that you have to put in this cooling time formula. You will get the cooling time also. Please calculate it, both values. First calculate thermal diffusivity, and after that you have to calculate cooling time and mention that value in the chat box. I'll wait for a few minutes. Okay, cooling time value, you have two formulas. Okay, if heaviest wall thickness is given, then you have to go for heaviest wall thickness square divided by thermal diffusivity. And if suppose largest runner diameter is given, then the cooling time is equal to largest runner diameter raised to 1.6 divided by thermal diffusivity. And here in this numerical, heaviest wall thickness is given. Then your formula will be heaviest wall thickness square divided by thermal diffusivity to calculate the cooling time. But thermal diffusivity is not directly mentioned. Then you have to calculate, initially you have to calculate the thermal diffusivity value. And to calculate that thermal diffusivity, its formula is thermal conductivity raised to 1.6 and divided by specific heat into density. Okay, specific heat you have to use it in joules per kg Kelvin. Okay, just convert it and use other values. First calculate thermal diffusivity and just simply you have to put that value in the cooling time formula. I will wait for a few minutes. Please solve it. First calculate this thermal diffusivity. Okay, thermal diffusivity is equal to thermal conductivity raised to power 1.6 divided by density into specific heat. Okay, thermal conductivity value is already provided in the numerical. Okay, 0.22 raised to 1.6. Then this value density of the material is given and specific heat value is also given. Okay, and you will get the thermal diffusivity value. Okay, you will get your initial answer. Okay, you will get it in meter square per second. Why you are getting it in meter square per second? Because this thermal conductivity value here you can see here, it is given in per, okay, per meter Kelvin. Okay, this value is here per meter Kelvin. That's why you will get the initial thermal diffusivity value in meter square per second. Then you have to convert it as heaviest wall thickness is given in millimeter. Okay, you have to convert any one. Simple is just convert this diffusivity value, just convert this in millimeter square. Okay, multiplied by 10 to the power 6 and you will get it in millimeter square per second. This is thermal diffusivity value. And put this thermal diffusivity value in this formula. Cooling time is heaviest wall thickness square divided by thermal diffusivity. Okay, 40 square divided by this thermal diffusivity value 0.0558 and your answer will be 28,673.83 seconds. Okay, your answer will come in second. Then convert it into minutes and hours. Convert it into minutes and hours. In minutes, just multiply it by 60. You will get it 477.897 minutes divided by 60. You will get it in hour 7.96 hours. Okay, and exactly in minutes and hours, exactly in minute it will be 7 hours 57 minutes. Okay, just these are remaining conversions. If options are given in minutes or hours, then you have to go for conversion. Okay, you have to convert this time which you have received in seconds, you have to convert it in minute and hour. Okay, so and in this way these numericals are completed. Okay, so in today's session we have discussed. If you are having any query, you can put that in the chat box. In today's session we have finished the numericals based on the calculation of the rate of heat removal, okay, during the cooling. Then weight of the water to be circulated or that required for performing the cooling of the injection mold or plastic injection mold, and the calculation of the cooling time. Okay, these three types of numericals we have discussed, and various variations, whichever variations are available, that I have tried to cover in this session. Just you have to first read the numerical, collect the data, and the simple formulas you have to use. Just take care of the units. Okay, if you forget to convert the units in the desired form, then you will get the different answers. Okay, only that is the important point. Other processes are very simple, or formulas are also very simple one. Okay, so in MCQ questions they may ask you the simple numericals like calculate the cooling time, calculate the weight of the water to be circulated, okay, or calculate the rate of heat removal. These type of questions may be asked. Okay, only a few points are remain from this chapter that we will discuss in the next session. Okay, I will just highlight here. Okay, this determining the heat quantity dissipated with the cooling, heat dissipation with the natural cooling, and types of the coolings, and all the numericals based on that cooling time, rate of heat removal, water to be circulated. All we have completed. Just these 3 points. Takes 1 hour only. Okay, 1 hour, or it may be in half an hour is sufficient. These are just concepts. What is mean temperature, and then what is the thermal resistance of mold body, and a construction of a correct cooling system. This we will complete in the tomorrow's morning session, and your chapter will get completed. Seventh chapter will be finished uh, in the tomorrow's session. Okay, and along with some MCQs also I will discuss it. And after that I will put the seventh unit test. Okay, so this is our seventh chapter. Tomorrow it will get finished. Okay, this last point, that is theoretical points, is remained, that I will complete in the morning session. Thank you. Thank you for attending this session. If you are having any query, you can put that in the chat box. I will try to resolve it. And for all numericals and that theoretical part also, I have made one PDF file that I will send it on group only. Okay, tomorrow only I will send it. No problem. If you are having any issues, uh, you can put that in the chat box. Already I have updated the study material sheet also. Just last 3-4 lectures recording is not available there. That I will make sure that it will get available before your ISC. Okay, for all lectures. Your second ISC will be based on second section only. Okay. So thank you for attending this session. I will stop here.